Uh, hey, everybody. I just found out about something that I've known about for years, but kind of forgot about, and it's Real ID. So, what is Real ID? What is Real ID? I am going to read to you from Wikipedia. The Real ID Act of 2005 is an act of Congress that establishes requirements that driver's license and identification cards issued by U.S. states and territories must satisfy to be accepted for accessing federal government facilities, nuclear power plants, and for boarding airline flights in the United States. An act was to establish and rapidly implement regulations for state driver's license and identification document security standards to prevent terrorists from abusing the asylum laws of the United States, to unify terrorism-related grounds for inadmissibility and removal, and to ensure expeditious construction of the San Diego Border Force. Now, this was set up originally in 2005. But now it was supposed to be for, I guess, illegals and people just coming into the country. But now it's for everybody. Because I went to get my driver's license done today. Had to renew my driver's license. It was coming up on that year. And guy showed me a sheet of paper. He says, you need to read this before you sign anything else. And what it was permission to either have my license have a real ID on it or not. I looked at it for a moment. I said, well, I don't need real ID. But I asked him about it, and he said, by 2025, everybody's going to have a real ID if they want to board a flight, get on a bus, walk into some federal or state and local facilities. I was like, that sounds very papers, please. I told him. He's like, yeah, it is. He was looking dead at me. He wasn't ignoring it. He straight up believed, as I did, that this is some bullshit. So how long before they're saying, well, okay, you can't travel out the state without your real ID? So imagine in the year because this is supposed to happen in May 2025. So let's say September 2025, September 9th. You decide to travel out of state. You haven't been paying much attention to anything. You're just traveling out of state. You're going to go visit family or something. You get over into the next state, and maybe you get pulled over. State trooper says he saw you wobbling for a little bit. He asks you for your ID, your driver's license. You give it to him. He says, well, sir, this doesn't have a real ID mark. Who cares, you say. He said, well, sir, under the law in this state, you can't travel in this state without a real ID because you're from another state. How does that make any sense, officer? Well, it's just the law. I don't make the laws. I just enforce them. Huh. And you're sitting there going like, man, I know I don't watch TV very much, but how the hell did I not know this shit was happening? So give them a year after this gets passed. Give them a year. Give them 2 years. And after this all goes into effect, I should say. And you will find that you will have some states blocking your ability to travel out of the state unless you have real ID. Nah. You can say it's one world order. You can say it's a new world order. You can say it's mark of the beast. You can say whatever you want to say, but it's starting to sound very fashy to me here. Now, this is supposed to come about in 2025, in May. So, Trump will be in office about 6 months by that point. Maybe he'll do something about it. Maybe he won't. I don't know. But what I do know is that this real ID thing kind of creeps me out. I mean, it's literally just a mark that says they did what? Double check to make sure that you existed or some shit? Other than that, you'll have to have a passport. Well, you know how expensive a passport is? And they charge you to get this real ID. They charge you about $10. So you've already got your license. You find out about this real ID thing. You have to go in there. You may be charged $10. Or then again, it may be $25 depending upon your fucking state. It cost me $25 just to get my license renewed. My license fucking renewed. Jesus H. Christ. So this is just getting to be insane. I'm starting to understand why HB travels by car every fucking where. Because they're like, fuck this shit. Folks, they coming up upon us. And they ain't even being sneaky with the shit. They just blatant with it now. They're like, ha! We'll do whatever the F we want. They can't stop us. But y'all go to your local drivers, your DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles, and ask them about this Real ID thing. Look it up in your state and see what they're saying. Keep tabs on it. I know I am. Because I'm like, holy fuck, how did this get past me? How did this get past me? It's been going on ever since 2005, and they're just now. Let me check this again. Let's read this again. The Real ID Act of 2005. So this was made just a few years after 9/11. And so they have been adding on provisions since May 11th, 2005. And then May 11th, 2008, they did some more. Then in April 2014, they did some more. Then 2018, some partial thing doing some more. And now on May 7th, 2025, it will be absolutely full. You will have to have one if you're going to fly. Probably even to rent a car and God knows what the fuck else. And like I said, from what I saw of the pictures of it, it's just a little star in the right-hand corner. It's just a little star with a circle around it that somehow that somehow guarantees that you are who you are. Isn't that what the license is supposed to do, or the fucking ID? This doesn't make any sense. You're not making anybody safer. You're just making people jump through more damn hoops for nothing. Because because basically from what I can tell, since I've already got my license and I'm already established as to who I am, all I got to do is go in and get another Real ID. Just get the Real ID. So how in the hell is this going to stop terrorism? Or deal with illegal immigrants? Like I told you, they trying to find one way to bring it in. They trying to find another way to bring it in. They get cut off one way, they tried another. I hope Trump gets in office. Maybe he can stop some of this shit. All right, everybody take care. This was just a quick video because I saw this and I was like, oh, yeah, man, I got to talk about this shit. I just experienced it for myself. So everybody take care.